there's so much buzz surrounding this show. I cannot wait to see it. How excited were you to really get into this genre, this fantasy genre, which is one of my favorite things to watch on TV?
Well, same here, actually. You know, I grew up being such a fan of the fantasy genre and of these epic kind of historical pieces. So to be able to, you know, be asked to be a part of a project like this, it was really exciting. And I actually signed on before there was even a finalized script, just because I loved the story and the creative so much. So, you know, to be able to experience this and to be able to be a part of a story that I feel is so special and such a fresh take on something that's so familiar was really exciting.
And then you get to play, I mean, from what I can see, is a super badass character, Nimue. You know, what was it for you taking on this role and bringing such an empowering character to life?
I mean, it was incredible, but I also think it was a great learning experience. You know, this role is so different to anything that I've ever done before, not just in terms of genre, but also in terms of, you know, learning such a vast array of skills, and also doing that in such a short period of time. And the other thing, you know, with this genre is that I love to watch it, and I know so many other people are as well, but it's that kind of mixture of, you know, this is something that is so epic and has such a grand magnitude, and then you're filling it into a TV series, which is like a 10-month shoot. So it's basically doing like an hour film 10 times in 1 year. And, you know, that in itself, I think really opened my eyes to just how much work and how much time and effort goes into creating these epic pieces. And I definitely slept for a really long time after we wrapped.
So did you get like horseback riding a training and sword training? Like, what was the whole process leading up to it? Because then I heard the shooting, there was a swamp of mosquitoes, I've heard.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you've got some of the good stories. Yeah. So it was, you know, it was really interesting. So I think I was the first person to arrive, and that warehouse was empty, like weren't really any people there. And then I think we had about 3 weeks of training where I started doing full days in pre-production. I would do 14-hour days where in the morning I would do like conditioning, so my body was getting prepped for this shoot. And then I would go to Steve Dents, who is the incredible company/man behind our stunts, our horse riding, our sword fighting, and basically do that for a couple of hours. And I would train with the boys, Dan and Devon, and then not Gustav, but Gustav was there. And then we were all kind of like together in a hotel for the first 4 weeks. And then shooting started. And once shooting started, it was just like basically like lock those skills that you've learned and go. It was like, you know, one thing after the other, learning on the go. And yeah, just a really rapid pace. And it was really great to see the evolution of that.
And what are you excited for fans to see, not only with this show? Of course, you know, these characters are beloved by so many people around the world, but specifically with Nimue, what are you excited for fans to see with her?
I mean, there's so much about this project that I'm excited for people to see, especially when it comes to her. But I think the thing that really stands out in my mind is just the fact that we're telling this story, you know.
Yeah.
The Arthurian legends is something that we're all so familiar with, but we've never seen it told this way before. And I don't mean to say that in a corny way, but truly, like, we know the character King Arthur and Merlin and the Knights of the Round Table, but we have never seen the story of the Lady of the Lake told before. And she's one of the most powerful and prolific characters. So I think it's very timely to just see a woman at the epicenter of this legendary tale, and to also finally see the story behind Excalibur and behind who this incredible icon is.
Yeah. And speaking of having a magical sword, if you had one in your possession, how would you use it?
Look, there's been a lot of debate about this, and I truly don't think, like, I wouldn't want the responsibility of having the sword. But as Gustav, who is my very dear friend and who also plays Merlin on the show, said, that the people who don't want it are probably the best people who are suited to it. But I would still say no, because that is just, it's too much power for one person to have.
I completely agree. Well, congratulations on the show. I cannot wait to see all of it.
Oh, thank you so much.